People around the world have taken to the streets recently, young people who are anxious about the future and concerned about climate change on this planet.
Climate change is a much bigger issue. It's on a grander scale, and it's the result of basically of human activities, consuming fossil fuels, developing properties, clearing forests, all sorts of things that contribute to putting greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. So you think about the air we breathe when we exhale, animals and their byproducts, but also from the factories. And when we're burning coal or burning wood, all of that stuff ends up in the atmosphere. And this has the effect of creating a gas blanket around the Earth. And then when the sun hits the Earth, that heat is trapped, and that causes temperatures to increase. What we're seeing now, in particular, is while we always had extreme weather in the past, what we're seeing now is these extreme weather events happening at the same time or in quick succession, which is sort of a new phenomenon. So that's kind of the struggle of what we're faced with right now, is understanding the extent of what these extreme weather events are going to look like, how they can impact us, human beings, just in terms of our ability to thrive on this planet, but also in terms of the natural world, how the natural world is going to respond.
Locally, examples of climate change can be seen clearly. In the addition to warmer winters, the natural world is responding to the threats of climate change in many ways, affecting the ways of the Haudenosaunee people.
And there's a ceremony to acknowledge the thunderers and send them off for the season. And then there's another ceremony to bring them back. But now we're having these odd weather events where we can have thunderstorms in the middle of winter. The timing of when crops are ready to harvest, the timing of when to plant crops, and the timing of when wild strawberries come in. The older generations talked about the winters long ago, but I mean the data really reflects that there were stable and very cold winters, which produced reliable ice cover, and then since 1980, it's much more erratic. In some years, we hardly have any ice grow on the St. Lawrence River at all.
There are rippling causes and effects when it comes to climate change, and every person leaves their own carbon footprint while existing on this planet. Fortunately, we have control over this.
We all make contributions to this. We make decisions about what we buy and how we live, the foods we eat. You know, these all have an impact. And if you think about the consequences of all those choices, you can start to sum up the impacts of your personal life decisions. If we continue on this trajectory, things are going to get a lot worse. And if you think the swings in weather are extreme now, just wait and see what comes down in the future. The threats are real, they're here, and they are happening, whether we choose to acknowledge them or not. So, and it's going to take a worldwide effort. It's not just US policy or Canadian policy, although we definitely are drivers in that equation. But it's going to take worldwide cooperation to really turn a corner and right the ship and really get to the business of reducing greenhouse gas emissions.